Willie D Live.
What's up, family? New York Jets cornerback Chris Boyd is clinging to life after being shot in New York City early Sunday. NYPD says the gunfire erupted around 2 a.m., just blocks from Times Square. When officers arrived, they found the 29-year-old cornerback collapsed on the sidewalk with a gunshot wound to the abdomen. Paramedics rushed Boyd to the hospital where he remains in critical condition, according to law enforcement. The Jets acknowledged the incident, saying only, "We are aware of the situation involving Chris Boyd and will have no further comment at this time." No arrests have been made, and cops say the shooter remains at large. Police say the gunman took off in a blue BMW after the shooting. Investigators are still working to determine whether Boyd knew the suspect or if this was a targeted or random attack. Chris joined the Jets this season and previously played for the Vikings and the Cardinals. I ain't got no problem with that. What I'm talking about is the fact that Chris Boyd is still with us. He's clinging to life, though. He is fighting for his life. He's in a dire situation right now. Now, let me tell you this. As I say all the time in regards to these brazen acts of violence, you're gonna get caught. You're not shooting somebody 2 blocks away from Times Square and going home and chilling and just going on about your life. They're gonna catch you. You're absolutely going straight to jail. Now, I'll come back to that in a moment. Let's get back to the spokesperson for the Jets. Them just saying that they are aware of the incident and will provide no further comments at this time. Have a heart. How about we are praying for Chris. We are praying for his family at this difficult time. Something. Damn, y'all know something we don't know? That was a really cold-hearted statement. Yeah. They gave, who was that team? Not the team, but Fox, I believe, what's his name? Mark Sanchez, when he got stabbed up on the streets. They gave a much more, compassionate statement, even though it sounded really fishy. His situation sounded really fishy. We don't know. We have no idea why Chris was shot. But I bet you $1 to a donut, whatever it was trivial. I bet you $1 to a donut, because these type of things are almost always unnecessary. There were people saying things like, yeah, well, that's what happens when you vote for a commie. So now they're blaming Chris Boyd's shooting incident on the election of the new mayor. He's a commie. Here's the thing. Whether he is a commie Democrat or a dummy Republican, somebody's going to point out leadership all the time. The thing is this, fam. If it's happening in the United States, it doesn't matter what city it is. It's a reflection of the leadership that's at the top. Leadership starts at the top. If it's happening in Texas, it's happening in the United States. I saw where some people were making comments about the uncivilized mud state trooper who pushed the players on yesterday, the players for North Carolina when they were playing against Texas A&M. And you had a Texas state trooper push those players. You know, uncivilized mud, some people saying, well, you know, what you expect is Texas. No, it's the United States. Texas is in the United States. Y'all act like y'all got choir boy police officers. These uncivilized mutts are everywhere. They're in every part of the country. Every nook and cranny. You can't miss them. They're in the big cities. They're in the small cities. They're in the little towns. They're in the one horse, one light towns. They're everywhere. It's an entire culture. Y'all really be pissing me off when y'all try to point out the South problems, like the rest of the country ain't got major damn problems too. Whether it's healthcare, whether it's law enforcement, whether it's education, it's a problem in this country. What it is that, like, I liken it to how people have certain prejudices against things, or you know, they've been predisposed to not liking something, right? And so if they buy into that stereotype, when that stereotype manifests itself, you're automatically super critical of it. So anytime something happens in the South because of the history of slavery and Jim Crow and segregation, people are going to automatically be even more critical, people outside of the South. But y'all need to pump y'all brakes, because if the states that y'all live in, if the cities y'all lived in was so safe, so much safer for black folks, I'd get up and move there right now. I'd leave today. Yeah. So even in Atlanta, you know, and I got a lot of love for Atlanta. I got a lot of homies in Atlanta. I got a lot of respect for the people in Atlanta who built Atlanta to get it to where it is within this terrorist nation. Got a lot of respect for y'all, but y'all need to stop acting like black folks ain't getting their heads blown off by police officers in Atlanta also, or in Georgia overall. Georgia got plenty of uncivilized members of law enforcement. They got plenty of racists in those buildings downtown. Yeah, plenty of racists running those corporations that got shops set up in Georgia. So yeah, it may not be as bad as, let's say, Houston, but it's bad. It's still bad. Don't get that twisted. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Prayers going out to Chris and his family. No more talk.